Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Box Office Receipts for the weekend of January 18th, 2019. I'm your host, as always, Tyler Callahan, and this week we do have a bit to talk about, but first up, I do want to offer a small apology. Because on last week's episode, I talked about what was coming up this week and all that, but I did actually forget a movie that was released last week, which was Dragon Ball Super Broly. It was a release at over 1,200 theaters, and actually had one day in IMAX. I should have mentioned it, and I forgot. You would think that someone who was a fan of the franchise and was excited about the movie would remember, but no. I forgot to mention my notes, therefore when I went to record, I completely forgot about it. That's my bad. With that out of the way, let's start with the top 5 for the weekend. In first place is Glass with $40.5 million. In second place is The Upside with $15.6 million, with a total now of $43.9 million. In third place, and a bit of a shock, is Dragon Ball Super Broly at $10.6 million with a total now of $21 million. In fourth place is Aquaman with $10.3 million and now has a total of $304.3 million. Yes, it has finally passed $300 million domestic. And finally, in fifth place is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with $7.2 million and now has a total of $158.2 million. So for going into a bit more of a discussion, let's start off with Glass. It expected to open up at around $50 million. However, it dropped down to $40 million for the weekend, which is a bit of a big drop. This is partially due to poor reviews, but also due to the big snowstorm that hit the Northeast, and after Saturday afternoon, a lot of people would not risk going out, let alone to see a movie. However, as of now, this is a special weekend. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so it is technically a 3-day weekend, and it is expected to make about $45 million if you count that as well, if you count Monday. Right now, after the storm has passed, we need to see some daily numbers, and next weekend to see how the word of mouth is. The cinema score for it was, I believe, a B, so not great, but not terrible either. So, again, just to reiterate, the dailies this week and next weekend numbers are going to be very important. If it shows a big drop, then that means people are not liking the movie, and it's going to mean an early end for Glass, but we'll see. The budget was $20 million, so as of next weekend, it'll probably have made a profit. So, the other big movie I want to talk about is Dragon Ball Super Broly. Broly has been killing it, and while I knew it would do better than the last Dragon Ball movie, Resurrection F, I did not think it would do this good. I was thinking around $20 million total, but not only did it reach it, it still has a few days left. However, it's a shame this did not get a big release like 2,000 theaters, because if it did, it would have been crazy. There have been many reports that a lot of theaters were selling out and adding shows the day of. In fact, this happened to me last week when I went to go see it. I went to see a 7:30 showing a few days ago, and when I checked that day, there all of a sudden was a 9:30 showing as well. That was not there 2 days ago when I got my tickets. While the success of the movie is huge, it could have been even bigger. However, right now, this makes it the third highest anime movie in America ever, only behind the first 2 Pokemon movies. Unless they extend it, it should finish up between $25 to $30 million, which, again, going into this, did not think that would happen at all. I think everyone's a bit shocked by it. So, great job Funimation, great job Toei Animation, and just overall great success for this movie. One more movie I did want to talk about was Bumblebee, which has now passed $400 million worldwide, and reports are now saying that Paramount is now in early planning for a sequel, which is very nice. It was a really good movie, and I'm happy it is getting a sequel. For the upcoming weekend, we have 2 new releases, The Kid Who Would Be King and Serenity. Now, the first one is getting surprisingly good reviews. However, for Serenity, I believe the review embargo is up until right before the movie comes out, so that does not look good at all. So the top 5 I'm going for this weekend is first place Glass, second place The Kid Who Would Be King, third place Serenity, fourth place Aquaman, and fifth place Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So yes, for this weekend I did not add Dragon Ball to this because I believe as of now it ends Wednesday or Thursday, possibly even Friday. So unless the theaters extend it into the weekend, I don't think it'll make enough to make the top 5. So that is it for this week's episode of Box Office Receipts. It was a really interesting weekend, definitely some surprising results, and a good start to 2019 so far. As always, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TylerCallahan95, and thank you for listening, and see you next time.